Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Cloud Chat with Stephan and Matt. I'm one of your hosts, Stephan Stelter.
And my name is Matt Brown. Great to see everybody again.
Yes, indeed. We're thrilled to have Mekka Williams with us again. Thank you for joining us for another Cloud Chat. We learned so much about cloud ops in our last conversation.
Yeah.
More
Very
light
popular
bulbs going
topic.
off for Stephan. I think the ops sessions get the most light bulbs from me, where I maybe does that mean that I'm dim in those areas? Anyway, remind everybody what it is that you do for NetApp, Mekka, if you would be so kind.
Yeah, absolutely. Hi, thanks for having me back. I'm Mekka Williams. I am a cloud hero. I work for the Office of the CTO, and I am an almost 16-year veteran here at NetApp now.
So do you get a cape with this cloud hero thing?
You know, I'm really.
I feel like you need to flex at least. Like, I am a cloud hero. There needs to be some sort of. Yeah, there we go.
There you go. That might make the video clip for this one.
Oh yeah.
We're all about getting the video clips for Darcy. So we had a great time talking about cloud ops and illuminating my brain, as I mentioned in the outset. And there were a couple of things that surfaced. Matt, I know you had a couple of things that you wanted to touch on. If you wanted to jump in, by all means. Otherwise, I've got things.
Yeah, you know, we kind of touched on it last time, just a little bit. You know, we have a lot of customers. A lot of our customers are new to the cloud. When I say new, they're all in the cloud to some extent, and they're learning the stuff the hard way, right? Mm-hmm. And one of the things that I often see, especially with our longtime customers, and Mekka, you probably have seen this too, is that people they're kind of surprised that we're even doing anything in the cloud, right? Mm-hmm. Still, even though we've been doing stuff in the cloud for what, 5-6 years now, at least. Mm-hmm. And I think it's really important to understand in the context of how do we help these new customers or these customers who are struggling, really help them on their journey and help them avoid the pitfalls by leveraging everything that we have learned, everything we learned from our customers. So can you talk a little bit about, you know, how we really help those new customers? And it's okay to talk maybe a little bit about our expertise, maybe not so much about product, but just talk a little bit about how NetApp is an expert in this area, especially in the data side.
Yeah, especially in the data side, right? Because we're you know, if you are on social media at all in the last 6 months, then you know full well we celebrated our 30-year anniversary. So we have 30 years of trusted data management services knowledge under our belt. And data is like the lifeblood of everything. Like nothing works without data, and we're really seeing a data explosion with the kinds of new applications that are coming about. So in the cloud, from an applications perspective, you have your cloud-enabled applications, right? These are folks that are maybe making some tweaks to their applications to allow them to work in the cloud, but they're still very much infrastructure bound. Then you have cloud-based applications that are going even further. You know, they're getting their operating system and some base level of software infrastructure support from the cloud. And then you have cloud-native applications. These are applications and workloads that are born in the cloud. They take full advantage. If you imagine them on kind of an increasing scale, cloud-enabled being the bottom level, cloud-native being the top level, your costs kind of goes down as you move between the levels, right? So cloud-enabled applications are going to take the least advantage, the most money on their workflows. At each level of kind of those application categories, you know, we have expertise to help you, you know, get your data where you need to have it, the backup and disaster recovery capability to help you through any type of event, and we have optimization applications that also help you stay lean and efficient no matter where you are in your cloud journey. And in recent years, we've been looking even beyond just the ability to manage your data and move your data where it needs to be, but moving even further into the ops world, if you will, to help you be more efficient with things like cloud ops, with SecOps and FinOps and DevOps. You know, we talked a lot about cloud ops in the last segment. Cloud ops and doing it really well is comprised, you can think about it this way, is comprised of visibility into the current state of your environment at all times. And this is through data, time series data at times, and then automating any repeatable tasks, having good knowledge of what is repeatable, of what kind of reactions you can take to certain events, and then using that data and automation to continually optimize, right? So we have worked hard to build out a platform, a cloud ops platform that helps you in all of these categories through applications and dashboards and tools and automation and your pick of your automation platform, because you do have a choice in the matter, and all of these concepts to give you a really optimized cloud ops capability. We've been really working to push innovation even within NetApp to build more tools and applications and a platform to get you there.
One of the things we talked about last time was how every customer is very much unique. And I just heard you talk about it, building a tool set that really helps customers understand their entire picture.
Right.
It can feel a little bit like, well, it sounds like NetApp is telling us how we need to do things. So I really loved hearing what you were saying about choice for automation. And that's one of the areas that I love in particular, and being at this time in the IT world, just because of how accessible automation is today without massive investments. It used to be you had to pick an automation tool, and then you would invest all this time in that automation framework
and everything. Yeah.
and then you would buy some piece of equipment that didn't have a plugin for that framework, and then you were waiting for the vendor to provide. It was like an absolute nightmare to try to get anything done. But now that anybody can write plugins for anything and everybody wants to, it's a beautiful state to be in. Sorry, digression there, but help me understand.
No, just to that point, you can thank open source for that too, right? The open source movement is really getting us away from this vendor lock-in. And so, being able to contribute and, again, I'm all about the reuse. Don't reinvent the wheel. Let's work together to go faster. So absolutely.
Yeah. And so it sounds like even though we have an approach that is all encompassing from data up into compute and network and understanding cloud resources, we're not dictating how it needs to be done. And you don't have to adopt the whole framework, or is it like, well, I mean, if you want a cloud ops with NetApp, you're going to have to jump into the whole thing.
No, so today it's very much du jour, right? You can choose to utilize some of our products to get visibility into what your environment looks like, and that is across the board, whether you're on premises, whether you're in the cloud, whether you're a hybrid. You can use something like a Cloud Insights or some of our other visibility tools just to see and monitor and do some change management. We have automation and dashboard, or automation and UIs that can help you automate your provisioning across clouds. So this also isn't specific to you picking a particular hyperscaler or in choosing different tools, whether you're in the cloud or on premises. And we also have applications and products that can help you with your cost optimization. And you can use all of those independently. So no, there's no entire lock-in. And as a strategy, we would not do that, right? Because the whole idea, and again, with open source in mind, is to not lock anyone in. And leaning again on my dev experience. And one of the reasons why I think something like DevOps is borrowed from, and why the influence of developers and development organizations is so pervasive, is because this is kind of the target audience for cloud in general. And this optimization, this ability to allow developers to just do what they need to do to help hurry up and get value add to customers, is valuable across the board, across workflows. And one of the underlying principles of that kind of optimization is, don't bother me with too many details, and don't make it hard for me, make it easy for me. And so having a platform where you can choose what services and functionality you want is in line with that, right? If I had to consume everything or buy this, big giant thing, and all I really wanted was a small thing here, well, that's not efficient. And the name of the game is efficiency and leanness and optimization.
Excellent. The other pieces here, customers really want to understand where resources could be available. Do you have some quick links you could probably share so people, if they wanted to learn more about this platform, that people can maybe go check it out?
Yeah, so for those that are really interested in more of the cost optimization, the compute optimization, and some of the billing visibility and the usage visibility, head over to spot.io, right? Like that's where you're going to get all of your information. That's where you should watch for developments in our CloudOps platform and how we'll build that out. But you can always go to netapp.com, and you can go to cloud.netapp.com specifically to learn more about how we are developing our tools and advancing our existing tools and products that you know and love. If you know and love ONTAP today, I know you all know you can use that and take advantage of that and have that seamless experience in the cloud. Head over to cloud.netapp.com. You can search by product, and you can also search by workload. So anything
that is where Cloud Insights lives as well, right? Our on-premises and cloud monitoring tool / service.
Cloud Insights, Cloud Manager. Yep, you can learn all about that stuff right there.
So Cloud Insights is one of my favorite products, is capabilities that we offer customers, because they don't need to be NetApp customers at all. So getting started on your CloudOps journey doesn't require you to have NetApp hardware on premises or an investment in any of our cloud technologies. You can just use us for that instrumentation, and it's a fun thing for me to talk to our partners about, and for our partners to talk to their customers about, because it really, anybody who wants to get started, it's a great starting point. So I was thrilled to hear you mention that, Mekka, as a good starting point for the cloud ops perspective as well. I think very much in terms of the understanding my on-premises infrastructure and giving me easy dashboards to understand what's going on. And I don't realize I'm cloud opsing when I'm doing that, or at least taking some baby steps in that direction.
Well, and to that point, so Mekka, in the last episode, we talked about baselining. What a great tool to help you baseline. In part of our own NetApp IT journey, we used the earlier version, OnCommand Insight, before we SAS'd it, to do that, to baseline, understand what we had, how it was being used, because that is a critical part back to that continuous improvement. How can I improve unless I know where I'm starting from? So I think, that kind of ties into that last episode. That is a great starting point, Stephan. A great starting point for customers to adopt, to learn more about their environments.
It reminds me of one of my favorite expressions: you can't improve what you do not measure. And I don't know, it feels to be attributed to somebody who's super wise. Not me. I'm not taking that one. I am taking qual ops though. So we'll have a conversation about that one of these days, Mekka. Quality operations. All this time savings that we've got, all the money that we're saving, we've got to invest it in making quality products. Somewhere we're not measuring that very well.
Maybe we could talk about observability when we talk about your qual ops too. I would love to have that conversation.
That sounds like it's a whole new episode.
Oh, indeed. All right, Mekka, thanks again for joining us.
Really appreciate it. Again, like I said, I think a lot of this stuff goes a long way with, especially customers coming into it, the ability to, talk about starting points, understand what the NetApp offerings are. The fact is that, you don't have to hire a bunch of people to do this. I mean, these are different roles that we must take on to really make this efficient. I think this has been tremendously helpful for me. And hopefully our viewers will also see a lot of value here. So really appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Thanks
everyone. Don't forget to like. Oh yeah, don't forget to like or subscribe. Where's Matt? I don't know. We're gonna like, subscribe, hit the bell, do the ding things, and comment. I mean,
feedback. We want feedback. What you want
more Mekka? I think we always need more Mekka, but we'll love to hear the feedback. So thanks everybody for watching, and we'll catch you.
Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.
Have a great day. Bye-bye.